worked on while the game progresses. John Paxson with 10 on the shot clock. Michael Jordan over Rice. Book it. A sluggish start by the defending champs. Jordan the steal. Paxson ahead to Pippen. Blowing past Rice.
I'm really surprised they don't give Scottie Pippen the ball, clear out for him, and let him take Glenn Rice off the dribble.
It was Jordan over Shaw instead, and Jordan has 6. Inside, it's Rice against Paxson. Jordan the block as he recovered, knowing that Rice wanted to post. Loose ball to Jordan. Jordan off the drive. Kevin Edwards launching long. And the rebound to Jordan. He's got to run out.
Well, I'd like to see Kevin Edwards show a little more patience.
For Hansen. And now Chicago looking 2 for 1, and Jordan zigs and zags to the hoop.
Indeed, will be wonderful.
Scottie Pippen to Jordan in the post against Kevin Edwards and company.
Well, there's no defense for that.
Miami Heat not intimidated in the least. Michael Jordan for the dunk. Armstrong guarded by Bimbo Coles, who has come in. Jordan off the drive, a punch into Grant again. Jordan guarded by Shaw. Michael quick move to the hoop and finishes lefty. 18 points.
Creativity. Thy name is Michael.
The Bulls with their 4th 2-point lead of the game. That was Pippen the steal. Livingston, Pippen, and Jordan. And now the Bulls have their biggest lead.
Is that the Dobermans are being sent out to go to work. And that's what causes this kind of easy basket. Look at the force of that ball as it went through the net. This is a 2-2-1 zone trap.
Normally the Bulls handle pressure very well. In fact, they do a lot of three-point shooting out of it. Here's Jordan. Wow!
Everyone in this arena fell back in their seat. You did, I did. The whole scorers table fell back in their seat. When he decides to elevate his game, he says, "Get out of my way." Oh, my Lord.
Ronnie Cycli on the foul. Jordan's got 23. A lob to Paxson. Now Jordan from just inside of three-point country, and he has 25. And now it's Jordan again. He's in for an Astro-like performance. He's got 27.
Ball back out. Hasn't expressed himself inside like he should.
That guy has expressed himself on occasion. Does create extreme pain.
Well, you know, someone was talking to me before the game, and they said, "Oh, nice move."
That's what they said. 31 points for Jordan.
Shooting a lot of threes. They did shoot 454. Mainly they shoot threes for spacing. As they're having trouble with the press.
Pippen to Jordan. Grant guarded by Cycli. Now it's Jordan against Smith. Rimming good. Michael Jordan with 36.
Offense on the floor. This could be a very dangerous period of time for the Miami Heat.
Again, the Bulls go into Jordan, and again he delivers. He's got 38. Chicago to throw in. That foul was on Keith Askins. Jordan, a quick spin out and dunk.
Well, Allen Ogg has got to come across the lane.
Here's Jordan against Smith. Sees the double team coming and just goes to the hoop. Now it's Jordan at the controls. Good punch into Purdue.
Wonderful pass. Absolutely wonderful.
75. We're told that is the lowest offensive output by the Pistons in the playoffs. Michael Jordan. Now it's Jordan again coming up with a steal. Paxson to Jordan for the finish. 4 for points in a game. Post-game show, Michael, I mentioned at the end of the game that you guys got off to a sluggish start, but you got them pointed in the right direction. You sensed that your team needed some offense from you, and you were certainly able to deliver.
Well, I can sense everybody was a little nervous, even though we tried to be as confident as possible coming into the game, because it's a lot of high expectations here in Chicago because of what we did last year and what we've done in the regular season. So I think the shots were a little light, a little tight, long shots, short shots. So, I took my leadership in terms of offense to try to loosen things up.
Is it more difficult to defend a title or to win it the first time?
I think it's really fun because the expectations are there and the challenges are there. So you can't fall asleep. You got to step on the court and be ready to play.
I thought I detected on the countenances of your teammates and maybe even you a little swagger, maybe some preconceived notions about this team that you were playing. It is, after all, their first entrance into the playoffs.
It is, and you try to use that as a motivational factor. Use the first game as some type of a message to send, if possible, that it's not going to be as easy as they may think, and it's going to be a tough series, and hopefully we can keep things going.
Well, I thought that it looked like there was a little overconfidence on the Chicago Bulls' part, and it looked like you sensed it, and you said, let me set an example here, and you had that one dunk. I told him if that dunk had a force meter on it, it would have broken it.
Yeah, I guess that was true. I mean, it's hard to come in and try to take this team lightly. You got to, it's a little swagger involved, especially with our reputation preceding us a little bit, but somehow you got to play through it, and hopefully this first game is out the way. We can kind of settle down to more evenly played games.
Well, there's no question you got the ship righted.
So far.
MJ, all the best.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Cycli goes against Cartwright. Game 2. And the Heat in the black uniform. Steve Smith, the rookie from Michigan State.
Right up, Ron.
Jordan around Rice. Oh, dear. And the NBA high by 10, 67 this season. Cycli out on Jordan. Jordan giving a little Muhammad Ali routine. And he gets it to fall. The basket to Jordan. And he understood that things would get more physical for him.
It was a little different, I'm so accustomed to the Pistons and the New Yorks that when you go inside, you go to the hole, you're going to get knocked down. I think with the inexperience of Miami, they don't know how to play that type of basketball yet, which is good because it was a good, clean, and entertaining game. But I think as Lockery starts to see and instill more of his knowledge of being in the playoffs, they're going to get a little bit more physical. I don't know if it's going to be this game. I think more when they get back on their turf, it's going to become more of a physical game.
New York Knicks head man will be the guest at halftime. Jordan. He has 10.
The young man's had a lot to deal with in a short period of time, but he's really come and rebounded back from both situations.
He has 14 to lead the Heat. Jordan lays it in. No basket, and Jordan can't believe it. Foul on Jordan is third.
We're going to take a look at it. He throws it up. Well, we can't really see the foul because...
Maybe from another angle.
Oh, man, I don't know. All he did was throw his hands off of him and went back door.
Ronnie Cycli has 20 points. Jordan at the other end.
Oh, boy. I tell you, it had to be for him. And then got traded in the Sherman Douglas trade. And it's worked out for both teams. And not coming down shooting quick jump shots. That time they must have had 5 or 6 passes, and it ended up in an easy jump shot for Rice.
And the one question about Jordan coming out of North Carolina was, would he be a good to great perimeter shooter? They knew he had some of the other moves, although Lockery admitted that he didn't realize what he was getting until he saw him the second day of practice when they had him go one-on-one. He's hit 2 in a row, 3 in a row for Jordan. He's got his stroke, 23 for him. Michael.
He smiled at Glenn Rice and told him that Well, young fella, I'm just going to take you to school. See, that's the only reason I dislike playing against him, because he hit the shot on you and then he tells you about it, but in a nice way.
He's into the jump shooting, isn't he, in this second half? Now with 29. Purdue sets up Pippen. Jordan inside, and he can't hit. And Dykley tipped it in. Jordan was there battling. He gets credit for the basket, and 31 for Jordan. And here's Michael and Smith.
Yes.
What's this all about?
Well, Steve Smith trying to put his hand back and feel where Michael Jordan is, and Michael Jordan said, I'm right here, and so he tickled him to let him know I'm right here, right behind you.
We should have a big one coming up next, the Knicks and Pistons. Phil Jackson able to muster a smile. He has had limited playoff opportunities, but has the best winning percentage of any coach in history. Riley second, Westhead, Daly. Billy Cunningham, one of the partners of the Miami Heat, has the 5th best record in playoff coaching. We'll be back with more. The Chicago Bulls 120, Miami 90. The Bulls magic number is 13.
In the center circle, Cycling taps it to Rice. And with a deafening crowd reaction in the background, the Heat get it first. Still with just 2 points. Jordan head of the circle. Back he comes the other way for a floating 15-footer he hits. Purdue sets the screen. Jordan goes behind it, fires from 20, and drains it. 7.5 left second period. Coles breaks the pressure and moves it into the front court. Comes right of the circle, flips it topside to Edwards. Guarded by Jordan, puts it on the floor, stripped by Jordan. Loose ball to Grant, ahead for Michael, into the front court. Behind his back comes left wing, now down the lane, all the way to the two-hand slam, and the foul on Alanog. That is vintage Jordan super stuff.
I'll tell you, I hope nobody blinked watching that one, because this is Michael Jordan at his best. There's very few people on this planet that can do this. Spins behind his back, up, and a little hang time for the two-handed slam over a 7'2" Aggie.
Here's Cliff Livingston, right wing. The Bulls can take their first lead. Inside, Jordan shoots the turnaround fadeaway and hits. And the Bulls do get their first lead of the game. Delighted you could be with us for this one. Michael Jordan, left wing, guarded by Shaw, puts it on the floor, into the lane for the floater. In and out, and it drops back in. So Michael Jordan has it revved up, doesn't he? After a 2-point first quarter, Jordan with a dozen here in the second, 14 points already. Over 9, so the Heat guard tandem has played well. Play back in, Jordan in the lane, scoops it up and in. Michael Jordan, 16 points in the second quarter. He's left in the second quarter. Pippen feeds Grant left of the lane. Back to Pippen on the cut, spins baseline, can't fire it up. Out it goes to Jordan. Jordan starts the drive to the lane for a 10-footer, good. Michael Jordan silences the crowd by Smith, bounces right of the lane for Jordan, shoots the fadeaway and hits. 21 now for Michael Jordan.
Heat up the thermometer tonight, Eric.
You got it right. Here's Jordan, head of the circle, unloads the jumper, bullseye. And Pippen advances for Chicago. Scottie Pippen to the right wing with the Bulls down one. Alley-oop for Jordan, makes the catch, lays it in. Michael Jordan has all 6 Chicago points here at the start of the third quarter. The Bulls take a 1-point lead, and the Heat take their 22nd timeout. Third.
Well, we talked about how the Bulls were going to come out. A little high wire act by Michael Jordan on the lob pass, but this is what a championship team does. They're going to try and push the tempo, push the aggressiveness level, and they're going to try and convince Miami, hey, you had your first half, the second half is ours.
Back to Michael, 3-point arc. Against Long, starts the drive, spins down the middle, hangs in the air, and floats it in. Another spectacular shot made routinely by Jordan. No good. Rebound fought for Rice and Paxson, but Paxson comes up with it and circles out with the Bulls up 2. Into the front court, Jordan. Jordan fakes, now fires from 18 and hits. He is unstoppable. And Miami down 3, 69-66. Horace Grant left of the lane, out to Jordan, another jumper, good. An 18-footer this time, line drived in by Jordan. Fourth quarter, Rice, top of the circle, fires off to the left, rebound Cartwright, and he feeds Jordan. Jordan on the jog, moves it in front, changes direction, down the lane for the one-hand slam dunk. Tremendous liftoff by Jordan. Timeout Miami. When we get game 4 Friday night. Cartwright for Jordan. In the lane, here's the fadeaway, got it. And Miami is down 102-97. Down the other way, Jordan to the foul line, rises, shoots, connects. Michael Jordan throwing one haymaker after another. Jordan circles left wing. Jordan by Shaw, down the lane, bumps it along, puts up the shot. No foul, but the shot went in. So Michael Jordan now with 50 points. Armstrong cautiously into the front court, doubled, into the corner to Pippen. 13 to shoot. Pippen squares on Cycling. Pippen looks at the basket, holds, puts it on the floor. Out to Armstrong, right wing Jordan with 6 in the shot clock. He fires and hits. An arena record 52 points for Michael Jordan. He has taken it over. 113 to 106, Chicago. Rice right corner. Down to 23 seconds left in the game. Rice shoots a long two. Got it! When Rice coming alive down the stretch. And it's 115, 111. Down ahead of the field. Jordan makes the catch. Gets ahead of Cycling and dunks. The Heat have to hope for the improbable here. Jordan to miss both free throws. And I think Steve Smith might be planting that very suggestion into the ear of Michael Jordan. Now Shaw joins in.
They're talking to Michael right now. You love to see it.
Well, Brian Shaw has made some timely trays for the Miami Heat. Jordan at the foul line with 9.5 seconds left, and the Bulls up by 3. All Jordan does is have 54 points, and he's hit 14 of 16 at the line. And he hits the first free throw. We have seen not only one of the greatest games in the history of the Miami Heat, we have also seen the greatest scoring output at Miami Arena. Michael Jordan with 55, surpassing Alex English's total of 51 a few years back.
Michael just says, climb on my back, we're going for another ring.
118, 114. Jordan hits the second. It's 119 to 114 and out. The Chicago Bulls advance in the playoffs, but the Miami Heat will carry it in the next year. They have nothing to be ashamed of. Matter of fact, they have everything in the world to be proud of.
Ed T. Rush, Ron Garrettson are the officials for tonight's ball game, and we're underway from Chicago. Opening moments, first quarter from Chicago Stadium. Cartwright gets inside, is hammered by Oakley.
That's going to be 2 shots in the ball. We already see the presence of Charles Oakley inside. So it's a flagrant foul. It's going to be 2 shots in possession. Charles Oakley talking to Phil Jackson now on the sideline. You know, a lot of people felt that Oakley would not play the same way against Chicago as he did against Detroit because he used to play for this team, and that these guys are his friends. Well, from the looks of that first play, I don't think that's going to be the case. Scottie Pippen went to double team, and when he did, he couldn't find Xavier McDaniel on the rebound. There's Michael Jordan.
First points of the game for Jordan.
And in Chicago tied the game, he took a quick timeout.
Jordan gets past Wilkins, the fadeaway. Rattles home.
Good call. Underneath, you're gonna get all the kind of contact you want.
Jordan alone in the corner. Oops.
See Patrick Ewing standing in the lane. Anytime Pippen or Jordan get in there, Patrick Ewing standing right there.
Impressive defense. 5 to shoot. Pippen has it blocked by Ewing with 1 on the shot clock. Jordan buries the jumper.
Looks like Scotty's rubbed off that or run off that little injury.
Got Jordan posted down there. It'll be tough to stop him on the post-up. Jordan posted against Starks.
This is where he's tough in the post right here. You don't know what to do if you're going to double team him. He fades and shoots the jump shot. You double team him and he passes.
Knicks by 5. Jordan from 18. Oh, he's heating up. Look out. That's 18 points for Jordan. Held to only 4 in the first quarter. Showing great patience for a rookie.
Yes, he is. He's made some pretty good decisions. That's not a good one, though.
No kidding. Jordan with a block. Bulls with the ball. Starks and Jordan into a sumo wrestling match down there on the post. Now Jordan has him isolated. 5 to shoot.
Spinning back and baseline.
Saw that tongue come out, and Jordan has 20.
See, it's going to be tough for New York defensively here because every foul is 2 free throws. This is why you've got to stay out of the penalty. Because you know Michael Jordan is going to try to get contact and get to the line.
Like right now. The building is alive. Last 8 New York points, 14 of their last 18. Bulls down 1, 3:12 to go. Michael Jordan, classic spin moves and fadeaway jumper. Jordan has Knicks have not won in Chicago Stadium since 1987. They lead by 1. Jordan, what a move inside.
That's ridiculous. That's so good. That's ridiculous.
30 points.
I hope Chicago knows what they get to see every night. This guy's phenomenal.
Look at Ewing and Cartwright down there. No whistle. Ron Garrison said play on. Ewing drains it. Knicks by 1. 2 minutes to go in this game. And the Bulls have a foul to give.
This is big time. Two big time superstars playing right now. They're hitting all the big shots.
Cartwright yanks Ewing and puts him down inside the paint. Ewing has to come all the way out. The jumper in the lane, and it's a through-point. Knicks lead with 33.8.
A little surprising that Phil Jackson has not chosen to go double-team Ewing. He allowed Ewing to come all the way in the lane, and Ewing has the hot hand.
He's hit his last 6.
Surprised he's not making him give the ball up. Now, the one thing you don't want to do if you're New York is you don't want to give up a three-point play going to the basket.
Jordan's trying to get that, kicks it out to Pippen from long range. Rebound, Ewing. He made the right comment that it's a three-point shot by Armstrong. It doesn't go. The Knicks with a 5-point win. 94-89. Knicks over the Bulls.
Well, first it was the Flood a couple of weeks ago, and then it was the New York Knicks. What more is this city going to have to endure? The Bulls are down 0-1 in this second round series against their hated arch rivals, the First City. People here still aren't happy about being called the Second City, and they don't like being down 1-0 to the Knicks.
Pat Riley, who's done such a great job with getting these Knicks into real playoff intensity. On the other hand, how about Phil Jackson and Johnny Bach, his defensive coach there on his right? What about their confidence?
Well, I think Phil's confidence in his bench is down right now. When you look at the minutes the other night, B.J. Armstrong 16. Other than that, Scott Williams 9, Hodges 5, Purdue 2, Cliff Livingston 4. I think he's going to have to go to his bench, and I think they're going to have to get some production. Again, the Bulls won the championship by not just having Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, but production from a lot of people. So they're going to have to get that back after the Miami series where Scottie and Michael really carried them.
You see there in playoff history, 17 Game 1 losses for the Bulls. You look at the officials, Mathis, Mahalik, and Vaden. But last year, the Bulls lost in the finals to the Lakers in Game 1, came back and swept L.A. for the World Championship.
Like that they can do a better job on the offensive boards than they did in Game 1.
Horace Grant gave Michael Jordan the pick for the jumper. Michael's first points of the night. Anthony Mason off the bench. Ewing. Hold it.
Got a little action here going already. Xavier McDaniel and Horace Grant.
Everybody trying to call tempers. Neither team wants to lose one of these players. 5. Turnaround from Jordan on the wing.
Boy, going back in the post to Michael again. They're trying to get another foul on Starks.
This time, nobody can stop him. And Jordan and Paxson with 13 in Chicago's 15 points. Make that 15 of the 17. Once again, Jordan posted. Backing Starks in for the turnaround. Jordan has 11. Michael really talking to the young John Starks. You saw what that did.
There's a steal.
Credit Michael Jordan with that one. Starks punched it away, and you saw Michael with conversation. Look at Starks right back at him.
The one thing when you play against Michael Jordan, you not only have to stand up to him physically, you have to stand up to him mentally, because he will torment you with his play. Just like that.
In your face.
See, he looks for an edge. He looks for something to get him in this kind of frame of mind. He wants Starks to come back at him.
Jordan has hit his last 6 shots. Now Jordan's turnaround over Starks. First points of the quarter for Michael Jordan.
But Michael's posting up so much tonight. He's wearing him out in the post. Starks can't handle him in there.
Jordan is 10 of 13 for 21 points. 7 to shoot.
That's good defense. Gerald Wilkins did an excellent job defensively that time. A hand in the face, that's all you can really ask.
Wilkins is open on the baseline.
Well, that shot was ugly.
He's really been struggling in the playoffs. Look out!
Michael says, Charles, I know you're going to foul me. I'm going to pull up and take this little shot. I do not want to go to the hospital yet.
Only 1 of 8 from downtown tonight. Jordan alone. He ain't going to miss that. Only a second field goal of the second half. Bulls by 5. 86-78. Neither team scores 90 points. And the Bulls get the 8-point win, and it wasn't that big a margin when you look at these tenacious New York Knicks.
All right, thanks, Marv. I talked to Michael Jordan about his lack of dunks and his lack of driving to the hole. And he said, you know, there's 2 reasons why I have not gone in the paint trying to dunk. One named Ewing, the other named Oakley. Makes sense to me. Last week I reported that Pippen and Jordan called Oakley to encourage him to beat Detroit. They did. Then Lambeer, after the game, encouraged the Knicks to beat the Bulls. They did. Well, today I found out there have been no phone calls to the locker room, so I guess that these 2 teams will just have to find the inspiration from among themselves. And with this crowd and the way it is here today, they'll have no problem doing that. Marv?
Michael Jordan, and that's his first field goal. The Bulls 12 and the Knicks 9.
You can see that New York wants to get it into Jackson's hands as quickly as they can after Chicago scores so they can get into the half-court offense. That time, 17 seconds, but Jordan with the steal.
Wilkins able to foul him, and Michael Jordan going the length of the court and stuffing emphatically, but it will not count. Physical play throughout the series, which has been a concern for the Bulls. We asked Coach Phil Jackson, are the Knicks now more physical than Detroit?
Well, Detroit's a more physical team. I think Detroit has a ability to play a little more physical game, but what has happened is the Knicks have learned that kind of physical combat from playing the Detroit Pistons, and they've escalated their physical defensive attack. And right now, it's what we have to play through. You have to learn to play through that. And sometimes we're hanging on for our life out there with the ball or under duress with physical bodies on us, and we're outweighed and outmanned at most every spot except the guard spots.
That's how he loves to play.
Jordan for 3. Michael Jordan hits from downtown, and the Bulls lead 16-13. Okay, the New York Knicks 13. Here's the double team on Jackson. The steal by Jordan. And Michael Jordan hits on the reverse, and the Knicks again are having big problems with the pressure of the Bulls. And John Starks, Greg Anthony getting set to check in as Michael Jordan. Jordan guarded by Starks. Oh, Michael Jordan again. Continue to have their troubles at the line. And Jordan right off the bench to connect for the jumper. Michael Jordan has hit 6 of 7. At this point, no respect, though, for the outside touch of Gerald Wilkins. Jordan under pressure. Oakley and Anthony in his face. And the Knicks at 16 of 34 for 47%. Chicago controls the tip, and here comes Jordan. And he blew the stuff. Well, mark it down. It's about 2 minutes past 2 Eastern time, and Michael Jordan has done the unthinkable. Horace Grant called for the foul to demonstrate the artistry and perfection and greatness of Michael Jordan. That missed stuff will undoubtedly be played on every highlight show across America this evening. And the crowd certainly has gotten a kick out of it.
Before the game is over, I have a feeling that he will have another opportunity to show that he can do it. Already here in Game 3 with 3 minutes remaining, a total of 90 points scored by both teams. So the tempo definitely is up in Chicago's favor.
Yes, and it counts. The field. They hit a cold spell, a 17-8 run by the Knicks, propelling New York to the lead, but now Chicago leads by 3 as Michael Jordan is able to hit on the slam.
Give and go basketball. Pass, cut without it, and if your teammates are unselfish, they'll give it back to you, to the best finisher in the game.
Hang in despite the fact they have not received the productivity out of Patrick Ewing. Only 5 for 14, 12 points. Jordan with the spin. Oh, what a move by Michael Jordan. The Bulls now lead 67-61. Tuesday night, and that is what propelled the Knicks to the victory. Jordan. Here's Jordan. Scott Williams able to get to the loose ball, but he's bottled up. Jordan with the recovery, and Jordan is fouled. The basket counts and a foul, and Michael Jordan very upset about the way he was muscled.
What Jordan's upset about is Xavier McDaniel rotating across, just basically goes after his body to try and stop it. Jordan with the strength, the concentration, and now he is upset because he understands and he lands the wrong way. That could be the end of the season for him. Ahmad Rashad earlier this year had spent a day with Michael and gone through his workout training program and said it's really a difficult one. This guy has built his body up and added great strength to a great talent.
And I can understand Michael Jordan's point of view. A very hard foul given by Xavier McDaniel, and that upset Jordan. As Michael works with a personal trainer, working only on his upper body, says he's gained 20 pounds. He never really lifted weights before. He was afraid that it would mess up his shot or perhaps slow him down. He said he was prompted to start lifting because of the beatings that he was taking from the Detroit Pistons. Always felt that he was physically drained. And the Chicago Bulls have taken a 2-1 lead in this best of 7 playoff series. A very physical game once again. I have a feeling we will hear some complaints from Michael Jordan and the Bulls about the Knicks' physical style. The officials, Dick Bavetta, Bill Oakes, and Bernie Fryer. And we're set for game 4. Patrick Ewing and Bill Cartwright. 4 minutes gone by in the first. Michael Jordan has tied the game at 10. I don't want to be a dick. Oh, a beautiful alley-oop from Pippen to Jordan. Bulls had reeled off 8 consecutive points before that Wilkins jump shot. Michael Jordan again.
You have a guy with the size of Scottie Pippen and the skill ability, and then a Michael Jordan at the other end. You can do things like this. Now, you're wondering how it may have started. Movement without the basketball. If you denied, fake one way, go without it, and then hope you have a teammate like Pippen to deliver.
Jordan looked like Wilkins got a piece of it again. Michael Jordan with 10 points.
I know it's Mother's Day, but I'm joined by Michael Jordan's father, James Jordan, and I know you're probably in trouble here, so let me let you get yourself off the hook right now.
Yes, Ahmad. I really appreciate the fact that I can take this opportunity to wish my beautiful wife a happy Mother's Day, along with my beautiful daughter-in-law, and believe it or not, my daughter.
All right, now tell me about, now Michael is one of these rare athletes that, as great as he is during the season, he really gets into another focus during the playoffs.
Yeah, well, you know, Michael sort of brought this forward as he grew up, you know. He's one of those individuals that hates to lose, and I think this is what the people is enjoying right now.
He was in a great frame of mind this morning. Wasn't he ready for this one?
He was in a great frame of mind. Matter of fact, I think that he's going to leave everything he has on the floor today.
All right, thanks, James. All right, Marv.
25. Jordan with the room. Yes. Michael Jordan has hit 5 out of 8. He has 12 points, and he do not respect the Knicks outside shooting. Starks has certainly been struggling, although during the season he hit the three-pointer. Jordan, it counts, and the foul. It's called on Starks, so Jordan will go to the line. Second foul called on Oakley. Biggest lead of the night for the Knicks. Jordan backing Starks. Yes, 16 for Jordan. The Knicks 36, the Bulls 31 in the first half. Jordan So Jordan isolating on Starks. Yes. At 1/900 will. Paxson, that's 2-point range. Rebounded by Jordan. Michael Jordan getting inside. That's his first field goal.
All right, Marv, you remember at the beginning of the game when I said that the Bulls were a little bit upset that Greg Anthony was doing a lot of trash talking. If you notice, you have done none of that today. He's just got his head in the game and staying strictly with the business.
Meanwhile, a foul has been called on Phil Jackson once again. That's his second. So he has been ejected. Phil Jackson hit with a second technical of the night.
Head coaches in this league have a very which officials you can talk to, how far you can push them. I think early in the game, Phil Jackson wanted a technical. At this point, I don't think he wanted it. And I think that he felt Dick Bavetta is a guy that you can talk to and is not going to all of a sudden do something irrational like tossing a head guy out of the game. Phil waving goodbye to the Garden crowd.
One-time New York Knick and a very popular player here in New York. Spent 11 years with the Knicks, coached by Red Holzman, who he gave a lot of credit to last season after winning the championship. Now the Bulls will be handled by the two veterans, Johnny Bott, Tex Winter, along with assistant Jim Clemens. There's Dick Bavetta with the indication. Tonight's Villa Genuine Craft, Genuine Memory takes us back to 1973, and a lanky left-hander by the name of Phil Jackson, known for his defense and occasional offensive flashes, and he helped lead the New York Knicks to an NBA championship. The Knicks have not won a title since May 10th, 1973, exactly 19 years ago to the day. He has not heard the Garden crowd as loud as it was yesterday as Michael Jordan is finally able to hit. He has 24 points, 20 coming in the first half. Patrick Ewing has returned, as has Bill Cartwright. Anthony for Starks, 5 on the 24. Here's Ewing from way out. Yes! Ewing off the bench to hit. Here's Michael Jordan. Yes, and it counts, and Jordan is able to answer Wilkins.
Is it time for Mark Jackson, the guy who feeds Patrick Ewing best, the guy who has the experience in these key situations, more under control, less likely to turn it over.
Ewing with a fadeaway off balance. Scottie Pippen hitting, and the indication is yes, the basket counts. So the final score, the Knicks 93 and the Bulls 86.
7 days ago on this night, at this time, that Doug Collins and I opened this series telecast by talking about the Bulls' domination of the Knicks in the regular season. They swept 4. We talked about would the Bulls sweep the series. Then, less than a minute and a half gone in quarter number 1, Charles Oakley, former Chicago Bull, set the tone for the series for the New York Knicks. They had just finished a 5-game victory over the former bad boys, the Detroit Pistons, and the Knicks said, "We are here." It also started Bulls coach Phil Jackson into thinking about the officiating, thinking about the physical intimidation, and the Bulls have had that on their mind. They now find themselves 2-2. Double team on Grant. Very difficult turnaround jumper. Jordan with the board.
Has unbelievable confidence.
Jordan driving past Starks.
This team.
Jordan going right past Wilkins. Remember, Wilkins has the sore foot. Jordan has 8 points. And now here's Starks trying to stop Jordan. What a scoop shot. Rebound Oakley.
Boy, King with a backcourt foul, too. Not a smart play by Stacey King. So Chicago gets nothing out of the flagrant foul, and Oakley's going to the line for 2 free throws.
Ewing and Jordan exchanging words as they cross the timeline. They're right in each other's face right now at the top of the key. The 2 superstars.
And they're friends also, which goes to show you that that friendship goes out the window when you're trying to defend your title and Patrick Ewing's trying to get his first.
You might call it a discussion of Olympic proportions.
Yeah, you think they were talking about, what do you think about Clyde Drexler and Leitner being chosen to the team?
Jordan on the cut. Michael Jordan slips inside. He has 15.
Got to push him away from the basket. You can't have him on the baseline. He's a tightrope walker on that baseline. Well, normally he either goes up quickly with a shot or he takes it to the basket. He's a little hesitant.
Wilkins, good job on Jordan, but that's not enough. There's the offensive rebound story. Once again, Jordan isolated against Wilkins. Wilkins playing him with 3 fouls. Starks had a hold of him there. 7 to shoot. McDaniel rips it loose. Jordan! Hard foul from Anthony.
Now, there's been bad blood between these two guys all year. Anthony took a foul earlier in the year on Michael in the regular season that Michael did not like.
Nick says penalty.
Loose balls. Remember how important loose balls are. It looks like New York has it. Speed and quickness. Michael Jordan. There's the foul. Michael wanted to go to him. He said, nope, I got to leave that alone. Too many years playing against the Pistons. You know, you just wake up, make your free throws, and get down the floor. You free Hodges up maybe off penetration from Michael for a 3-point shot.
6 to shoot. Jordan denied the penetration the first time, but not the second. They showed big on Jordan. Backed away for an instant, and Michael. Now back to Armstrong, looking for Cartwright. 7 to shoot, backing in on Ewing with the 5 fouls. Who got it? Michael Jordan. Came from the weak side, offensive board, and banked it home.
They got to be able to rebound the ball.
And Mason has to play Cartwright. Jordan. Tough shot from behind the backboard. Jordan calling the plays.
Well, Michael's smart. He's going to make them take a foul on it, or he's going to get to the basket.
3-point play. Wilkins fouled it. How many times has this crowd at Chicago Stadium seen that?
Let me tell you what happened, okay? I wish we could have had a camera on Phil Jackson, because Phil Jackson in Chicago came down the floor and said, I want to make 4 passes. And Michael said, I want the ball, clear out, we're going to run open, and I'm going to make something happen. And he did, and he's going to get a 3-point play here. But he just basically said, I want the ball, we're not going to make 4 passes, I'm going to take the ball to the basket.
Well, they call it a player's game in the NBA.
Against New York, 96.
Until now, 94 was the high. Neither team breaks 100, but the Bulls take a 3-2 lead, 96-88 from Chicago Stadium.
Taking a look at the Bulls in the regular season, 110 points a game. They rose for the Miami Heat. They rolled through them, but boy, has the roof fallen in on them with the Knicks.
In the backcourt. And the Knicks control the tip. Jordan had the open jump, and he's tied the game. 6.5 remaining in this first quarter. Michael Jordan, their biggest of the game. It counts, and the foul, a hack on Wilkins.
Spectacular shot. Jordan with the dribble right, crossover. So difficult to guard that.
Cartwright, Grant, and Williams up front. Jordan backing Starks. Nice spin by Michael Jordan. He has 8 points. Jordan cuts it back to 10. Not a good shot. Just under 1 minute remaining first half. Jordan with the shake and bake and a spectacular move. More committed by Jordan. That's unusual. Here's Jordan. That is not unusual. The Knicks now lead 55-49. Hey. Wilkins for Ewing. Oh, what a play by Jordan. He stopped Ewing.
Patrick takes the low route, however. In his attempt to get there without a dribble, he really didn't give himself advantage of his own size with that move.
Here on the third after the good shooting first half. Ewing from way out. Knicks not getting good shots now. Ewing is hurt. Ewing is down. And Pippen has tied the game at 61. Ewing slow to get up.
Left ankle.
Now Patrick Ewing on a number of occasions has been able to walk it off.
Mike Saunders working very hard on Patrick Ewing to get him ready, bracing that ankle with additional support. This is Mike in action. Good to see Mike in action. You know, I mean, we're really seeing him do his thing now.
You like to see him under pressure.
Absolutely, just like the players. Why shouldn't he feel the pressure?
Handles it coolly. Knox with the steal. Livingston recovers. Leads to this. A 3-on-2. Jordan from Pippen. And the foul. Ewing setting the pick. And hits. What a slow developing pick and roll. And the Knicks now lead 74-70. Here's Ewing. Yes. A hobbling Patrick Ewing gives the Knicks an 11-point lead. Ewing with room. Patrick Ewing playing on one leg. And the Knicks took command. Here's Jordan for three. And the Knicks now lead 93-86. A minute 25 remaining in this fourth quarter. Pressure by Chicago. Knicks should not be in any rush to get the shot up, in particular with the Bulls over the foul limit. Wilkins for Ewing. Yes, and it counts. We are seeing, and this is the highest compliment that can be paid an athlete, a Willis Reed type performance by Patrick Ewing.
Yes, this has reached heroic proportion.
I'm anxious to hear the post-game remarks from Michael Jordan, and we'll be reading about it also tomorrow. He may not admit anything right away, and certainly the Knicks have done a magnificent job defensively, but I think there's something physically wrong with him. I'm saying it right from the start. He is now 9 for 23 for only 21 points.
You mean because he's off in his shooting?
He doesn't look to be himself. Plus, has been pulling up, has not been looking to go to the basket aggressively. He's just off his game, John. Perhaps he's tired for whatever reason. Michael Jordan finishes 9 for 25. Final seconds, and the Knicks continue the improbable finish to what has become a storybook season, no matter what happens Sunday in Chicago. Chicago Stadium about 2 hours ago, Michael Jordan arriving for his most critical game of the year. And 20 minutes later, Patrick Ewing made his way to the biggest game of his 7-year NBA career. And despite the sprained ankle, does not appear to be limping. Yes, the season is on the line for the Knicks and the Bulls. A sellout crowd, 17,000, has turned out for the finale of this ferocious 7-game series. Patrick Ewing, who says the sprained ankle is fine, going against Bill Cartwright. Here's Jordan. Hitting their first 3 shots. Here is Jordan. So the Knicks lead is 1. The New York Knicks last advanced beyond the second round in 1973 when they won it all against the Los Angeles Lakers. Jordan. Bulls 13 and the Knicks 10. Jordan with the spin and the bucket. Well, a moment ago we discussed the physical condition of Michael Jordan, who in Game 6 at the Garden looked to be fatigued. I asked Michael if he is worn down.
I was, before we took a day off, I was mentally drained in the sense that you have to keep raising your level of mental challenge towards this team. They challenge you in that way. That I was a little mentally drained, and the day off really helped to recuperate that. I think everybody was. You know, we wanted to win so bad. We probably lived on the expectations of everybody, saying that we should sweep this team, and when it wasn't a sweep, it became mentally draining for everybody to give yourselves up for the games.
That rally refers to John Starks as feast or famine. Michael Jordan on fire. 5 out of 6. McDaniel posting up and faces up. Call for offensive foul. That's number 2 on the X-Man. Both clubs going at each other. Michael Jordan and Xavier McDaniel having words. Double technicals were called on McDaniel and Jordan.
What we said a moment ago down on the baseline foul that Jake O'Donnell was stepping in to send the message. This is step number 2 in the message sending process. The next one, someone's going to be ejected from this basketball game, which is a very serious step.
Jake O'Donnell does not mess around. You're messing with the wrong referee if you're going to be messing with Jake O'Donnell. Chicago going to win today.
You want to go home now?
Oh, very friendly rim for Michael Jordan. 20 points for Jordan.
Warned the official as Greg Anthony ran into his first screen in the backcourt, and then when he did it again, the whistle blew.
Yes, and it counts. Anthony picks up his second. Michael Jordan has taken over this game. He has 22 points. The Bulls now lead by 5.
And you can see the special attention that Jordan draws. 3 Knicks waiting for him in the lane, but when he gets that deep, the way he can elevate with his tremendous concentration, and there is no question that with the 2 days rest, he has come out here today. He is a different looking Michael Jordan than the one that we saw in Game 6.
Wilkins picked off by Grant. Jordan. Michael Jordan, 25 points. He's hit 8 of 11.
He rushed it that time on a 3-pointer.
Mark Jackson is back for Greg Anthony. Oh, good look from Jordan. Here's Jordan. Yes. Biggest lead of the game. It's Chicago by 11. That last foul on Conrad is 3rd, so he's replaced by Will Perdue. Will Perdue very active in Game 6 against the Knicks. Got into a little scrap at the end of the game. Here's Michael Jordan. Here's Pippen. Paxson. Rare to see him off the dribble, and it's tipped home. Michael Jordan soaring for the tip. Well, Cartwright. King missed the first 2 games of the series with the flu. Sat out Thursday night with a bad throat. Here's Jordan splitting through. Jordan with the steal. And then it's stolen by Starks. McDaniel chased by Jordan. It's a clean block.
Whose game is it? It's Michael Jordan's game.
And that's why Magic said before, he was demanding the basketball.
That was one of the most remarkable sequences that you will see. Michael Jordan doing it in every phase of the game. First the bucket, then the steal, then he lost it, and then he's able to hustle back and come up with the rejection.
First he gets the inbounds pass, then he starts to dribble. He splits the double team right there. First move. Now he continues for the score. Then he turns around and looks for the basketball, picks it off like a wide defensive back in football, but loses it. Still hustles back and makes up with effort by preventing the sure layup for the New York Knicks. The 2 days off recharged his battery. His energy level is up.
Oh, what a spin by Jordan! And add this to the Michael Jordan.
Well, most of the time he's been coming to the middle. This time he fooled everybody, went baseline, and went up under for 2.
The big thing here is how quickly he has to make a decision. Nobody in the middle. He takes a quick look, then comes back, avoids Ewing rotating over to try and block it, and then has the ability to finish with his left hand. For all the youngsters out there that coaches keep telling you have to learn how to use both hands, that's the reason why. So you can make a Jordan baseline move.
And you wonder what makes a superstar is games like this. Game 7, the biggest game, he comes through big.
Most points scored in a playoff game, Michael Jordan with 63. He did it back in April of '86 against the Boston Celtics. Cooled Out, starring Ed Asner, Blythe Danner, Dennis Farina. That's coming your way tonight here on NBC. Michael Jordan with 40 points. The Bulls lead 85-66. And chugging along on top of the Atlantic Division that if you put Pat Riley or Dave Checketts or Ernie Grunfeld of the Knicks staff, there's Jordan. Michael Jordan with 42 points. If you put them on truth serum, they would say that aside from Patrick Ewing, they would trade that night the rest of the starting team.
Tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in this series next season, because it's going to be a war in the regular season with these two teams. You know, I wonder if Oakley and Jordan going to be as close as friends in the summertime after this series.
Well, the two teams do shake hands as they head back to their respective locker rooms. The Chicago Bulls have defeated the New York Knicks 110-81 to take this grueling series in 7.
All right, Michael, a lot of people had talked about coming to this game that you were tired, you got wore down in the fourth quarter. Obviously, that wasn't the case today.
Well, I think the day off really helped us mentally. You know, we've been thinking basketball every day, and then Phil gave us a day off, and everybody got away from basketball and got ourselves back together mentally, and, you know, it really helped. You saw it today.
I think mentally you guys got a shot in the arm because coming into this series, you maybe thought you were going to get by New York pretty easy, and they pretty much woke you up.
You got to give this New York team credit, man. They pushed us to the limits. They really played extremely well.
All right, congratulations on the next round.
Thanks.
All right.
This time, please direct your attention to center court, where NBA Commissioner David Stern will present the 1992 Edge NBA Most Valuable Player of the Year Award.
Michael, the world's basketball fans join me in congratulating you not on just a great performance this year, but on consistent greatness. 3 MVPs, 6 straight scoring titles. You are simply the standard by which basketball excellence is measured. Congratulations.
It's just an outstanding honor, and all of the players on his team were so happy for him because they thought that he really had a difficult year this time. A lot of distractions away from the court in his life for the first time. Then he rose to the occasion to lead the team, and then this year he played 39 minutes and averaging 30 points, and then to have such a lopsided. Now, Drexler had a sensational year, and David Robinson, before his injury, definitely was contesting.
In a row. Now Jordan's alone on the baseline. Now that's not exactly in your defensive game plan. Well, look at Price with 6, Doherty and Nance with 40. Neither Sanders nor Ehlo have scored yet for the Cavaliers. They trail it by 4. The Bulls have hit 8 shots in a row.
There's your trap on the pick and roll again.
Sanders misses from 18. Jordan with the rebound. No offensive boards for the Cavs. Ahead to Grant.
See, that's inexcusable. Thing is now, you got to get your hand up. You can't play with your hands down.
You got that right.
Well, I mean, you can't be 6'11 and play a man who is a great shooter with your hands down. Put your hand up. You might buffalo him out of the shot and force him to put it on the floor. 4 centers up and throw it out there. Elijah Ewing, Robinson, and Garden. Beautiful.
Grant hit Jordan, who was positioned in the lane.
8 to shoot. Scott Williams takes it into the paint, loses his dribble. Now 4. Jordan back into the game and firing. Michael has 10.
Right now we've played a quarter and a half. Cleveland, the #1 shot blocking team in the league, no shot blocks. Cleveland, no second shots.
And their 9th turnover. A nightmare developing here for the Cavaliers. Jordan into the paint again. Jordan with 12.
See, everything is so easy.
And look at what he's done against the Cavaliers. 6 career games of 50-plus, 18 of 40-plus, has never scored beneath 30. And I was televising the game last year when he scored 69. That's his career high against Cleveland at Cleveland. Excellent player. He really makes this team strongest because he's on. This combination may be the best combination for the Cavaliers, and Michael nails the 3. He has 15. Cartwright with his first miss of the night. Jordan from 20.
Grant and Pippen. Come on, when your assignment is as they did in the entire first half.
Jordan into the paint. Sanders got a piece of that, but Jordan knocks it down anyway.
Pippen is just going up over the top of Mike Sanders.
Michael's turnaround from 14 feet. Jordan with 21. A 10-point game.
Now watch that. There's that guy again. He's all by himself.
23 for Jordan.
You and I both know when it's happening.
They clear the side for Jordan. Ehlo sees his life flash in front of his eyes. And then to shoot for the Bulls. Jordan is open for the jumper.
Just surprised how easily out of their offense when the ball comes back to the top of the circle.
Horace Grant gets the
pass to Jordan. Basic. Pass into the post and run back door. Come on, that looked like magic going into Kareem and running the back door on the left-hand side.
Pippen with a block. He's done it all. Jordan is not going to put it in the face of Cleveland. He knows better. Well, maybe he would. On second thought, 103-89. Michael. Must you? 103-89. The Bulls take a 1-0 lead here. Cartwright and Nance will jump it at center court. 239th consecutive sellout here at Chicago Stadium. Armstrong. Michael Jordan's first field goal of the night. Tip for 5 3-pointers. He has 4. Grant slipped inside. Jordan has just had a defensive nightmare tonight. Somebody's been in his face all night long. Nevertheless, Chicago has the ball. Jordan penetrating. His 3rd field goal of the game. Isolated with a nice bounce pass to Michael Jordan. I had a feeling Jordan was going to take this one all the way in.
See, they can't get into the lane. See, they've been doing a very nice job.
Purdue to Jordan for the jam. That's one way Michael can increase his shooting percentage. Only 6 field goals in this game. Jordan does have 18 points.
Terrell Brandon is going to be double teamed here now by Pippen. Can't get a turnover here now.
And they got it. Pippen is fouled.
Anytime Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan are pressing you, you cannot get cute. You know, it almost would have been a shutout. Fairly close. They continue to get them to miss the open shots, but they keep making the second shot.
Nice pass, Purdue down to Hodges. He couldn't hit it, but Jordan tipped it in. The Chicago Bulls on their way to their worst
playoff loss in history with 2:48 to go, and the Bulls' big three have really struggled. You see the season average and playoff average coming into tonight's ball game.
And tonight, between them, 42 points, 16 for 46.
This one is going to be over, and the Bulls will be glad to lick their wounds.
Scored by Scottie Pippen with 3:36 left in the first quarter. So Chicago controls the opening tip.
And the Paxson-Price matchup, toughness needed by Paxson.
Michael Jordan.
Because of the crowd, and then to let the Cavaliers know this is a different Chicago team today.
Jordan to the board.
Challenge Mark Price, but he just got there a little bit too late.
Jordan off the spin.
So they have an opportunity to get some scores.
Jordan putting the move on Battle. And the Cavaliers usually go one-on-one with Michael Jordan.
Ball into his hands. So far, only 3 shot attempts this game.
Michael Jordan has 14. So final seconds of the quarter. Jordan for 3. Yes! Michael Jordan concluding the first quarter by hitting the three-pointer after one here at the Coliseum. The Bulls 37 and the Cavaliers 18. Michael Jordan finishing with 17. 6 on the 24. Jordan able to whip by Ehlo.
And that's why the reaction on the next play, which is just a small hand check in their opinion.
Michael Jordan with a spectacular move. And he's complaining because he thought he was fouled. You mentioned cracking bodies. Things getting a little bit more physical here in the third quarter, not to the extent of a Nick or Detroit. As Jordan able to beat Ehlo off the spin.
Michael Jordan, when you catch him down low along the baseline, he has the ability to create and make something happen, and then obviously the ability to put it in the basket. If you give him baseline, you're asking for a headache.
The Knicks in Chicago, Horace Grant had said, referring to the series with Cleveland, what a pass from Jordan, the third. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad from the Coliseum in Richfield. And Michael Jordan continues his onslaught battle. Playing Jordan, Ehlo now on Pippen. Here is Jordan. Michael Jordan has 29 throughout the day. Set up on the pick and roll, but could not convert. Jordan, yes, 31 for Jordan. Wide Wade did not want to get in the way of one of his picks. Michael Jordan on fire. He has 33, trying to spark the Cavaliers, who trail 83-66. Michael Jordan, 7 for 22. Scottie Pippen, 4 of 14, back game 2 on Thursday, and both have dramatically turned it around here this afternoon. And a 9-point lead as we come up on 1 minute left in the fourth. Jordan finding Williams. Michael Jordan with a sensational play. He drew the actually a triple team.
Try that again.
Cleveland did make a run, but Chicago able to hold on, and they win it in convincing fashion. Final score, the Bulls 105, and the Cavaliers 96. It will be Grant and Nance going on the opening tip. And it's controlled by the Cavaliers. Jordan in the open floor. Michael Jordan with a gorgeous move. Foul's called on Paxson.
Michael Jordan, after receiving the outlet pass on the fly, down that left lane, and just eludes the shot block attempt by Nance. But the foul took place first.
And Michael Jordan has tied the game at 13. Right throughout. That is the usual matchup when the Cavs and the Bulls get together from time to time. He's heard some trash talk from Michael, a subject that I discussed with him.
Well, in Game 3 on Saturday, after he hit his 33rd point, he was running down the court, and I kind of came down along beside him, and he was saying, "You can't guard me, you can't guard me," and I was just like, he's never said that before, so it kind of surprised me. I've always heard him talk, but never directly at me, so it kind of just surprised me.
Did you take that personally?
I told him, I said, you know, why are you starting to do this now? And actually, I didn't hear anything else from him the rest of the game.
Your in-depth questioning is amazing. Did you take it personally? Who else was he talking to out there?
Now, Mike, sometimes questions are asked just to try and get a rise out of the individual. Duck has come on for the first time. Michael Jordan able to answer. Bulls have missed their last 5 field goal attempts. 5-second violation. And words between Scott Williams, and John Hot Rod Williams. Well, perhaps a foul was called on the inbounds attempt. Let's see.
On the out-of-bounds play, if the foul is against, there's the action right there between Ferry and Jordan, and that could be an ejection of Danny Ferry for throwing the punches.
And that apparently is what the call was. Not a 5-second violation, but Ferry has been ejected.
And it's a good call. It's the right call by the officials. There's no question that Ferry initiated it, threw the punches. Even though Jordan started to walk back or come back towards him, it was Ferry that threw the punches. The officials got it.
Michael Jordan shooting the technical. So Danny Ferry, who had come on and played well defensively, off this sequence, getting involved with Jordan, flailing out at Jordan, has been ejected. And Jordan had the right hand cocked, ready to go.
Yeah, but smart enough to hold back the punch. Michael Jordan understands what it's about, trying to get back to the NBA Finals. He doesn't help in any way by getting himself thrown out of the basketball game.
Armstrong. Rebounded by Williams. Jordan with the intercept. Jordan with the bucket. Good defense by the Cavs. Jordan hits the 3. Michael Jordan has 12 points, and he's brought the Bulls within 9. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the half. Jordan played by Nance. Yes. Michael Jordan. Pippen setting up Jordan.
Michael Jordan on the baseline and has a decision to make. Do I go up and try and lay it up or try and dunk it? Jordan decides to give it a shot, even though Nance got a piece. He still finishes.
Ehlo lost on a pick momentarily, able to recover. Then Jordan beat him off the dribble.
Brandon did not know when he wanted to feed it to him. Finally, Hot Rod said, give it up there, top to Big Brad. Let him feed me from the top of the circle if you can't get it in.
Jordan with the open shot. 20 points for Michael Jordan. He's the high man. Bulls with only 14 points in this third quarter. Make it 16. But it's hard to get a feel for the next game. Michael Jordan getting inside. No matter what happens, you get 5:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. Jordan, yes, he has 29. And both Ehlo and Jordan will hang in. 7 on the 24. Steal by Jordan. Michael Jordan with the steal cuts it to a 7-point Cleveland lead. We're approaching 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Jordan squeezing inside. Jordan again. In that first attempt, he was bothered by Nance.
Let's give some credit to Mike Sanders, who has done a pretty good job on him during the game. And then when Hot Rod comes in, it's a different look. Size against him.
Doherty with a very nifty move. And a 35 remaining in the fourth. Here's Jordan slicing through. What a move by Michael Jordan. That will do it. On the opening tip. And the Bulls control. Horace Grant had a 15-rebound game on Monday. Michael Jordan Craig Ehlo felt that he was shoved aside.
Actually, just take it off down the floor. They put it in Pippen's hands early.
Oh, beautiful move by Jordan. Cavaliers lose. He is not out there to put in 20-plus ball games. Jordan, nice jump hook from Jordan. A post-up move by Michael for his third field goal. As we mentioned earlier, Price said he feels 100% better. You can see as Jordan goes to the hoop. What extension by Michael Jordan. And the Bulls lead by 1.
Michael Jordan to make this crowd wake up. Although the decibel level didn't reach all the way to the top, that one there brought them out of their seats a little bit. If he throws it down, it brings them all the way out of their seats.
And Cavaliers lead 26-24. Michael Jordan unleashing. He has 12. And
he was only 2 for 7 in game number 4 after averaging 16 shots a game in the first 3 games.
Here's Jordan. Yes. So the Bulls with a 36-32 lead. Jordan played on a switch by Sanders. That won't count. Sanders with the foul before.
Smart enough to know that even though the whistle went off, got to do something to get this crowd into it. Let's throw one down. Sure enough, they responded to people in the seats.
Jordan is now 3 of 3 from the line. Michael Jordan presented with his third Most Valuable Player award last week. Look at the last 9 MVPs. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan over the last 9 years in this first half. Jordan. Oh, he left Ehlo standing. The Bulls with a fast break. Michael Jordan able to convert, and the Cavaliers want to talk it over.
In second quarter, 14-zip in favor of Chicago.
Nice fake by Jordan.
Initial signal was a 2, then they changed it to the 3.
The Bulls by 2. Jordan going glass. They hit on 4 of 4 from downtown. Here's Jordan to the left hand.
Just got to lay it up there soft, hope for the best.
Michael Jordan, yes. The couple of those were tips and putbacks. And he had played so well the other game. Jordan off the steal. The triple pump, yes, and it counts.
Their inside game together this evening, guarding with the bad hand. When he goes outside, Price is struggling now with the bad ankle, can't escape, and Ehlo being guarded by Jordan. Another turnover.
What a play by Jordan. Pippen has 14. Grant with a steal. Chicago has outscored Cleveland 14-0 in this fourth quarter.
Pippen playing well doesn't mean he has to have 25 points. I take that triple-double line right now. 14 points, 13 rebounds for Scottie Pippen.
Michael Jordan has 37 at Grand Rapids. The Chicago Bulls has defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers in game number 5.
Joe Crawford, Bill Oakes, Paul Mahalik are the officials as Cleveland 5 for 18 in that fourth quarter. Here's Jordan with the head fake. Yes. So the game is tied at 6 in the NBA Championship Series. Jordan getting in close, and that is his first field goal since early second quarter. Now Jordan posting up. Here's Jordan. Yes, and it counts. Michael Jordan. Finally hitting double figures. 10 points for Jordan. Chicago Bulls. It has come down to this to avoid going to another 7-game series as they did against the Knicks. They need Jordan to step up. Michael to this point, 5 of 20. Jordan, yes. And the Cavaliers now with a 79-74 lead. He's all right. Jordan. Oh, what a move by Michael Jordan. Extending, he beat Brandon, and then he was able to hang. It cuts it to a 3-point Cleveland lead, and the foul committed by Nance.
Well, Jordan knows he's got a little guy. They just couldn't get it to him quick enough. Cleveland did not react in time to help out, and then just a sensational move by Jordan, who is behind the backboard, couldn't decide which hand to shoot it with, still converts it, picks up a foul, and goes to the free throw line.
Facing the double team. What a pass for Grant. Michael Jordan delivering to Horace Grant.
Down the stretch, these last 4 minutes, the big men for Cleveland on the glass is going to be the biggest factor, the second and third efforts. And can they shut down lanes on the penetration like Jordan just said, taking it to the hoop?
4 of 16. Pippen. Rebounded by Jordan. Jackson. Yes. Cavaliers have a 3-point lead. Just under 3 remaining. In the fourth, Cleveland hoping to send it back to Chicago for a 7th and final game. Michael Jordan beating Craig Ehlo off the dribble. Seconds remaining. Twice for 3. And he's tied the game at 93.
Well, you knew he was pulling up for that 3 from the time he got the outlet pass, and it was 2-2. He was pulling up, and you got to look at it.
Here's Jordan. Yes, and it counts. Michael Jordan right back, hit on the reach-in, and he'll go to the line.
Passes to himself, loses it, tips it, goes in.
Earlier we discussed, although it was not a usual sensational type game for Michael Jordan, you would have to step up in the fourth quarter with the Cavaliers at one stretch leading by 7. Well, he has certainly accomplished that. 13 points for Jordan through the first 3 quarters, and he has scored 13 here in the fourth. And Michael will go to the line. A moment ago, that man, Mark Price, tied the game at 93 by hitting a 3-pointer. And now Jordan to the line. 6 for 6 from the line, hoping to extend to a 3-point Chicago lead. 37 seconds remaining in the fourth. It is Chicago 96 and Cleveland 93. Back to the NBA championship round. They have defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers in 6 games. They do it here tonight on the score of 99-94.
Great NBA teams that could not win consecutive championships. For instance, the New York Knicks of Reed, DeBusschere, Bradley, and Frazier. They made the finals 3 times in 4 years, won 2 titles, but not back-to-back. The Larry Bird Celtics made 5 finals and won 3, but never 2 in a row. The Magic Johnson Lakers reached the finals an amazing 8 times in the 80s, but never dug in for a repeat until Coach Pat Riley threw down the challenge after they beat Boston in 1987.
And I'm guaranteeing everybody here, next year we're going to win it again.
Apart from these Showtime Lakers, the only other NBA clubs to repeat as champions were the Detroit Pistons, who immediately followed them, led by Isaiah Thomas and Coach Chuck Daly. The Minneapolis Lakers of George Mikan. And of course, the Boston Celtics of Russell, Cousy, Auerbach, and other legends too numerous to mention. And now it's Jordan and Pippen, and very importantly, Phil Jackson, who understands the place where NBA history connects to motivation.
The results, Drexler ran out. Jordan spotting Pippen. He was shooting just over 31% against the Bulls.
Michael Jordan. Only 2 of 11 from the field. Jordan again from 3-point land. Most unusual to see Michael bombing away. That's his 3rd 3-point attempt. And he finally hits. Lamar Williams and Grant and Pippen up front. Now Jordan posting up. Goes to the fadeaway, through the foul, it counts. Drexler picking up his first. Here's Pippen, setting up Jordan, wide open for another three. Blazers get back, Pippen back for Jordan again for three. You know, Michael Jordan yesterday, in commenting about the comparisons with Clyde Drexler, said, yes, we're even in every category, although someone said, how about three-point shooting? And Drexler looks for the three, usually. And Jordan made the point, well, I have not chosen to shoot three-point shots. As if to say, well, if I wanted to go that route, I'd be doing the same as Drexler. Well, he has chosen to look for the three here in the first quarter. That time he passed it up and hits the two.
Well, see, he hit 3 or 4 in a row. Then Clyde knows he had to come up on him.
2 minutes remaining in the first. Jordan eluding Robinson. Yes! 18 from Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, after getting a considerable rest, has returned. The same for Clyde Drexler, and they match up once again. Here's Jordan to the fadeaway. Jordan for three. Downtown, and the 4.5 for an NBA Finals game. That's Jordan with the steal. Eluding Ainge. Yes. The Bulls by 9. Jordan has 25. The Bulls lead 54-47. Drexler went for the steal, and it's Jordan again. Pippen, rebounded by Grant. Jordan for three, yes! That is an NBA Finals record. 5 3-pointers in a half. Here's Jordan for three, yes! Did you see that look? Michael indicating he can't believe it.
He feels it. There's nothing else he can say other than the man feels it and lets us know.
Oh, here's that three again. You know, and just let us know that, hey, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good. It's my game. I love it. I love it.
And Michael Jordan, with 35 points, has set an NBA record most points in a half in an NBA championship series. Now Jordan being played by Kersey. Michael Jordan with his first field goal of the third quarter.
Stop a run and stop the clock. One way is if you get fouled to go to the free throw line and stop the run.
Michael Jordan off a set play on the inbounds.
Out of bounds underneath. If you turn your head for a second, Jordan will back cut you, go to the rim. It's just a matter of lobbing the thing up on top.
Standing ovation for Michael Jordan.
Michael, if you guys were trying to come out here and make a statement this evening, I'd say you did it with an exclamation point.
Well, I don't think you can make a statement in the finals. I mean, this is just one game, and one game doesn't make a final. But we wanted to get out of the blocks quick. We got to defend our home court, you know, because we got 3 games out there. So that can make a big difference if they come in and get one.
What about you in the first half? You shot 6 3-pointers, set a league record. You were in a zone.
I was in the zone. My threes felt like free throws, man. I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was taking them, and they was going in. So, you know, that really helped the game.
Must have been the working out we did this morning. All right, congratulations, Mike.
Got into that early foul difficulty and never did get into it. Here is Jordan. Back out for Jordan again with the room. Once again, Michael Jordan defend all 3 front court positions.
Well, according to Rick Adelman, his entire team was too soft in game 1.
It counts, and the foul. Robinson now backs with Michael Jordan. Jordan with the fake. Yes. Shot clock at 5. Jordan. Michael Jordan. Yes. The post-up move displayed by Jordan. Led by Jordan in the second quarter. Not the case here tonight. Michael Jordan with 15. Okay,
thanks, too.
Take care.
All right.
Jordan hit. It counts for the foul. Clyde Drexler called for his third. Cartwright comes back to Jordan. 20 for Jordan. Blazers by 7. 3:54. 7:40 remaining in the third quarter. Jordan with the room. Yes. 24 from Michael Jordan.
That's just to take him out or leave him in the game.
Jordan. And the Blazers by 2. Beyond three-point range. Jordan. Yes. The foul. Check the 24. It's down to 5. Michael Jordan with 31. Chicago has 5. Scott Williams with the other. God wants Jordan to go, and Drexler's playing with 5. Duckworth came over to help, and Jordan somehow was able to hit.
A look at the two stars. Jordan shooting the jumper, and watch Drexler. He does not want to pick up the 6th foul. He keeps his hands down and relies on Duckworth coming over, but Michael brings it down and shoots it off his right shoulder. But
deficit, Chicago led 92-82 with 4:36 remaining. A 13-3 run by the Blazers. 35 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan. Oh, what a move by Jordan. Hanging and hitting to give Chicago a 97-95 lead. And Portland calls for time.
sometimes you're only open for a moment, and they almost missed that moment because Duckworth came over on the recovery, but somehow he was able to get it through. You see, he's open and waiting. Porter doesn't want to foul. Duckworth tries to get a piece of him.
They spread out. Down to 5. Jordan played by Porter. Down to 2. Here's Jordan. And we go to overtime. Jordan checking the shot clock. Down to 4. Down to 2. And hits for 15, but he had 14 points and hit 2 big ones. Down the stretch, Jordan coughed it up, and the ball goes back to Portland. Phil Jackson watching his team blow a 10-point lead, led by 10 with 4:36 remaining. So the Blazers come away with a 115-104 victory over the Chicago Bulls.
Big concern by many people, the Bulls' ability to bounce back after the devastating loss in game number 2. Did they have enough time to get themselves straightened out in their heads and immediately go down inside low to Grant, which is one of the things that they like to do, Chicago, establish the inside game with either Cartwright or Grant early.
That's what he said. He wanted to correct the perception of the statement the other day. Jordan able to stop for his first field goal. Now, we weren't there.
That's where the long outlet look came from.
Jordan using the screen. So Cartwright with the pick, and Jordan with his second field goal has tied the game at 12. Jordan with the steal, and then flips it out to Grant. Here's Grant able to hit, and he drew the foul. What a pretty pass tossed by Jordan.
To the first 2 games during the season, a 34% three-point shooter.
Michael Jordan beginning to heat up. That's his third field goal. He has 6. They double up on Pippen. Williams had it knocked away, able to recover, finds Jordan. Michael Jordan. Yes, 10 points for Jordan.
An open spread set or a high pick and roll.
Jordan, yes. have hit only 1 of 6 from the floor here in the third quarter. Blazers on a 14-4 run. Michael Jordan is 7 of 11. Shot clock at 5. Michael Jordan going right at Buck Williams, who tried to provide the help. Percy, throughout the summer, took 500 jump shots a day, and the improvement did show up. Michael Jordan with 18 points before. Here's Jordan. Michael Jordan with 20. Many things are said after games are lost. Jordan. What it comes down to is Chicago severely outplayed Portland tonight. And that will do it. The Chicago Bulls have defeated the Portland Trailblazers by the score of 94-84. Had a notion to shoot, but gave it up. Jordan. Shot has been way off. Jordan pulls up for 3. Yes! Michael Jordan put on the 3-point exhibition back in game 1. Here's Porter again for 3. And Pippen gets to it. Jordan with the save and the stuff.
Quick look down the floor. Michael by himself in that right foot, almost on the out-of-bounds line.
Jordan, yes.
Michael. Their advantage.
Shot clock at 5. Down to 2. Here's Jordan. At the 24-second buzzer, Michael Jordan with... The Portland defense has stepped up the last 3 possessions. Jordan, 19 points.
Put you on the spot, but people want this answer. You played with Bird when Bird was at his peak. Who's better, Bird then or Jordan now?
Every top player at the top of their game in the era that they're playing is the greatest player of all time. And as it moves along, as the game moves along and the games get better and the Michael Jordans of the world grow up and learn from the Larry Birds, they become better. Michael Jordan is a better physical player. Right now he's much better fundamentally. There's a lot of great players in the history of this game. Bird and Jordan are 2 of them, 2 of the very best. But Bill Russell, he was always my favorite.
You know,
still is today.
This is a presidential election year with a politician's answer like that. There's still time to get in the race.
I just want to play basketball with Larry again.
Lost it. And here comes Jordan. Well, he felt the footsteps and was able to slow down and went for the conventional layup. And it's recovered by Livingston. Jordan for 3. Michael Jordan has gone back to the 3-point game. He hit one early. This is second of the night, 24 points in all. Now Jordan looking to post up. Yes. Bulls open up with Jordan and Hodges at the guard. Scott Williams up front along with Horace Grant. Nice move by Michael Jordan. A minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Jordan, yes. And a timeout called by Rick Adelman in the fourth. Jordan stripped by Drexler. 3-on-2. Percy. Porter gave it back. Drexler. Portland has taken the lead for the first time. Jordan did not have the movement on the baseline, got it to Paxson, and he's tied the game with the 3-pointer. Ainge guarding Pippen. Drexler on Jordan. Michael not able to hit. Rebounded by Robinson. And he drew the foul. Is Michael Jordan fatigued? Only 4 points in the fourth quarter. He's missed his last 3 shots. He's only 11 for 25.
He's definitely fatigued because
Those last 3 shots that he's missed has been Michael Jordan's shots that he normally knocks down, especially during crunch time, winning time. It's usually Jordan time, but it hasn't been tonight.
And they just run it down.
Feeling that we really dug ourselves a hole, you know, and that's not to knock their playing ability, but we seem to be in control of both the games that we actually lost, and we just never finished. I think we got a little relaxed, a little complacent, along with their intensity defensively, and next thing you know, they turned it around.
The book on them was that they might self-destruct. If what happened to you guys happened to them in games 2 and 4, that's what people would have said, self-destruct.
Right. I think you know, we heard and knew of the book about them self-destructing, and I guess when we went down in the final minutes, we kind of took it for granted, and they actually played extremely well down the stretch, and we were the ones who self-destructed, or either relaxed or whatever we were looking at.
Do you worry that you've let them get into this position? Now it's a best 2 out of 3, whereas the cliche says anything can happen. You worry that this thing might slip away?
It's a concern. You know, I wouldn't say a worry, but it's a concern that we must face and must utilize that concern to a point where we're energized from it and play a lot better and play like our backs are to the wall, because you know, any breaks that this team can get could hurt you in the long run, which, you know, they've gotten quite a few breaks up to this point. And, you know, any life in a situation like this could energize a team.
Have you got enough left to carry this team if you have to carry them?
I hope I don't have to, but I'm the type of player that I'm going to leave everything that I have on the court, and hopefully that's enough. I feel that other players on this team have a sense of pride, and hopefully that's going to be shown in the play.
Not able to hold on to that pass.
And that's the threat of Michael Jordan being in front of you on the way to the basket.
And that is a 3 for Jordan.
Made a mistake. He should have jumped in the air and witnessed what Jordan was going to do, and then if Jordan committed, then pass the ball first. Michael on a turnaround jumper.
Michael Jordan extends to a 7-2 lead. The Trailblazers, 11. By getting the position, finding Jordan. Chicago is at 13 of 19 from the field. Make it 14 of 20.
To make him pass out of the double team, and someone turned it over. Good move by Michael. 2 points because he touched it on the rim.
The hand on the ball in consecutive sequences. Jordan has 16 on the Bulls leading by 17.
That's why Phil Jackson took him out.
And a decision for Rick Adams. You stay with Brian Drexler playing for 3. Michael Jordan with 18 points. The Bulls now lead 47-32. There's
Exactly what happened. Michael stepped on one of the cameras and twisted his ankle. So he came over and Chip Schaefer re-taped the ankle. Michael said he's fine and he's back out on the court.
the sneaky secret. Bulls over the limit and put Drexler on the line. Bulls by 14. Jordan for three. Well, Michael Jordan goes back to three-point land. That's his second three as much as possible. Well, he had a switcher off to Jordan, who opens up by hitting the jumper. Bulls 72, and the Blazers 56. Now with
backdoor, beautiful play set up by Chicago with Pippen delivering to Michael Jordan on the back screen live.
7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jordan eluding Drexler. So Michael Jordan has 33 points.
The luxury of saying, okay, hold on, Scottie Pippen, you go over and play Drexler, and we'll take Michael and put him on Ames or something like that.
Here's Jordan. Nice backdoor setup from Scott Williams.
Every time they run that same play.
Cummings goes back, replacing Grant, who a moment ago picked up his fourth. Here's Jordan. Michael Jordan with 39 points. Jordan, 43 for Michael Jordan. And the Bulls celebrated a 119-106 victory to go up 3 games to 2. Jordan. And that is his first field goal. Shot clock at 3. And Michael Jordan drills it home. Three-point land, but they have had a horrendous time of it in this series. Today, though, they've hit 2 of 3 from downtown. Michael Jordan has 8 points, and the Blazers now lead 46-34. Williams again, and he pops it out. Jordan for 3. Rebounded by Pippen. Now Jordan for 3. Yes! Now Porter guarding Jordan. Porter trying to draw the offensive foul. 16 for Jordan.
Duckworth for shoving the screener into where Jordan was trying to shoot the ball, therefore no shot attempt.
Now Jordan is fouled. It counts, and the foul called on Porter. Jordan to the spin. And Percy felt that there should have been an offensive foul on Jordan. Trying to post up. Shot clock at 8. Drexler playing with 4. Here's Jordan. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan. Yes. The game is tied at 87. Jordan has 25. The Blazers and Bulls tied at 87. The backdoor pass picked off on the deflection. Jordan with the steal. The first time Chicago has led since the opening minutes with a 2-point lead. Drexler playing with 4. Shot clock at 3. Yes! The Bulls with the ball and a 2-point lead.
You don't foul, Matt. You dig in and get a stop.
Here's Jordan. The Bulls 95, the Blazers 91.
Portland never rotates over in time as Michael comes from the right side of the floor. It was an isolation created almost by happenstance. It was there. Michael took advantage of it, saw the opening, took it to the rim.
11 and 8/10 seconds to go in the fourth. The Bulls lead by 2. Chicago 96, Portland 93. The Blazers do not have any timeouts left.
Portland placing 2 players down the floor to try and get a quick hurry-up offense going after this free throw.
4-point Chicago lead. Drexler was checking, thought there might have been a timeout remaining. Here's Percy for 3. Paxson with the rebound. Time running down. The Chicago Bulls have won the NBA championship for the 2nd straight season. The last team to win a title in Chicago, the 1963 Chicago Bears, who defeated the New York Giants. Chicago Stadium has not hosted a hometown clinching since back in 1938 when the Chicago Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup. Michael Jordan led the way with 33. Scottie Pippen had 26. 24 apiece for Clyde Drexler and Jerome Kersey.
You told me the other night in Portland, this one would be more relief. The other one was exhilaration. You still feel the same?
It is, man. It's just so gratifying for me personally. You know, I went through a lot of hard times this year, but, you know, I stayed strong. Everybody supported me, you know, you know, we played well today. I'm glad for Bobby Hansen. He was the only guy that didn't have it. I'm glad for him.
There were stretches in the playoffs where you had to carry your team. You were the high scorer again tonight, but you got help, especially from Scotty.
Everybody contributed. Scotty was a real big emphasis in the third and fourth quarter, and I had a rough first half, but these guys carried us, and I was able to get in there in the fourth quarter and help pull it through. So it was a good team effort.
I think, and this is the free throw that seals it. What was going through your mind at this moment?
If I don't make these free throws, they're gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. So I was really concentrating on it.
Did you have a chance to say anything to Drexler or he to you?
No, I was too elated. I'm gonna go over and say hello. Say thank you. It was a great competition. It was tough luck, but somebody had to lose. I'm glad it was us.
Michael, congratulations.
Thank you.